got to remove the cake from the oven. Have I got a witness? And when you move the cake pans from the oven, you got to get you a knife and you got to separate the cake from the pan. Because sometimes in the cooking, we get caught up in our environments. But I want you to know that your final destination is not in the oven and it's not in the pan. But your final destination is on the table. So sometimes God has to separate us from the pans. And I come by to tell you today, don't you be wearied in well-doing, because in due season he shall strengthen your heart. Have I got a witness? For the Bible said, weeping might endure for the night, but joy will come in the morning. I gotta close it now, but I'm thankful, y'all, that I've been through the fire and I'm still in fire. But one thing I do know, he didn't bring me this far to leave me. He didn't bring me to burn me in the oven. Am I talking to anybody? He didn't bring you this far to kill you. But God has a plan for you. God has a purpose for you. God has a future for you. But I gotta close it now. After you've been cut out the pan, the last thing you gotta do is you take the first layer and lay it on the table with the round side up. You take the second layer and lay it on the table with the round side up, and then you use a knife and you dip in the icing and you put it on the cake. Have I got a witness? You put it on the first layer, put the other cake on top of it, put it on the second layer and put the other cake on top of it, and put it on the third layer and put the cake on top of it. And then the icing, it makes you beautiful. After you go through the fire, after you go through the mixing, that's when the shine comes on. That's why folk look at you and they see your glory, but they don't know your story. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know the pain I had to endure. You don't know the lately nights I stayed up. You see my glory, but you don't know the story. Folk listen at me preach. They say, man, he's gifted. It's not a matter of being gifted. You don't know what I've gone through. I've gone through fire. I've gone through pain. I've gone through hurt. I've gone through disappointment. I've gone through loss. But I made up in my mind that I'm going to hold on and wait on God, because I know that God, that he will deliver. I didn't get here because I'm good, but I got here because God is good. I didn't get here because I'm smart. I got here because God is gracious. Now I have a witness. I said, do I have a witness? Somebody said, why did they put icing on top of each layer when you're going to cover it up? Because when you cut the cake, the beauty that's on the outside needs to also be on the inside. Have I got a witness in here? Look at somebody and say, neighbor, I'm going to be beautiful on the inside as well